Hello, welcome to our weekly quad planning meeting for the package group. We have a different agenda for various weeks throughout the monthly milestone process. This is week one, where we talk about product strategy. We talk about some data, what we've been hearing from customers, and any relevant maturity target or direction updates. We also have, since we're planning for milestone 14.1, we have, Dan, you had a few items with regards to issues that can't be marked as deliverable. It'd be good to get to those first, just to make sure we get to them, if you don't mind.
Yeah, no worries. You can move them up in the agenda if you like. I'll start in on those ones. So we have a few things, as Tim mentioned, that we can't mark as deliverable. There's a couple of things here that are quality related. So I'm not sure, as Sophia's on holidays, I'm not sure we can get into that right this second, but so I'll skip over those two for now. But then the setup test environment performance. Oh, I guess that one's a QA one as well. Let me go to Debian packages for everyone. There is 5B. There's no workflow label. So if without a workflow label, I'm not going to mark it deliverable, because that says to me that you all aren't happy to start working on it, which may be the case with this item. So people could go take a look at that. Does anyone have any comments here?
Just that this was a late add. This came up from the community contributors working on Debian on the back end and asked for some help for the front end for the next milestone. So we haven't, Nico already, well, he could speak for himself, but.
Yeah, I just commented. So the issue is that it conflicts with one other of the planned work, because we don't have GraphQL metadata types for Debian yet. And if we refactor to GraphQL, we won't have the data to show on the front end. Conversely, if we do this and then we refactor, we trash the Debian metadata. So one blocks the other, and I'm not sure if they can fit in both in the same milestone, given that there is some backend prerequisite on it.
Would it be possible? I think Steve mentioned in the issue to not make that issue to display the metadata and just have it to ensure that Debian packages show up, even just the name and version and like the basic date published.
Okay, so I misunderstood the MVC. Well, in that case, yes, but that basically it's weight 0, because we need to add one line of code to a file, and that's done.
That sounds like a great MVC.
Actually, they should be already there in the list. If they are returned by the API, they are there. We just need to tell the front end that you are able to filter by that package type. So if that's the MVC, and apology for misunderstanding it, it can be marked as ready for development, weight 1.
Okay, cool. And then for next milestone, I opened a different issue that was for extracting the metadata and then having that show up in the UI.
Thanks, Nico. Would you mind updating the
yes,
issue? Thank you.
I'll take care of it.
Cool. And then the next one, we'll skip over the setup weight, and then the publish cone and packages with name version, with only name version. There's no workflow label. Tim, you have a comment?
Yeah, this one seems like a over-ambitious include in 14.1. It was an accident, so I just removed it back for now. So yeah, no worries about that one.
Cool, thanks. I think with that in mind, with a couple of quality things there, I think we're good to go. I'll move this to the top of the agenda so that it's in order. Go ahead, Tim.
Okay, great. So yeah, for just a quick update, I thought it would be helpful to share. We have these ops performance indicator review meetings that happen once a month, where we review some of the top metrics for each stage. So for package, I'm not sure if I ever pulled up this page for review, but we have a few metrics that that are part of this review. So the first is our stage monthly active users, which for us is the same as group, because we're a single group in a single stage. Here you could see our growth since January. So our target was 46,000 users for the month, and we hit 47 for May. So we're seeing nice growth there. And then if you ever head over here, you could see about lessons learned and some insights that and improvements that we add. So I'm always trying to tie what features were released and what the impact was or will be on growth. So it might be helpful to review these. The one insight that I wanted to call out here is that we saw significant growth in packages pulled using a deployed token or by a guest. I think that's a really good sign that people are integrating the package registry into their production workflows. So I'm really excited about that. And in 14.0, I've been probably mentioned this 100 times now, but I was really excited about that Python group endpoint because we saw a significant lift when we released the same feature for NuGet. And it's a little early to tell. It's only been out for about a week and a half, but we're seeing a nice bump in that data as well for Python. We also have the same metric, basically. This looks at weekly count of users publishing packages, and it splits it up by SaaS and self-managed. So we're seeing steady growth. I'm not sure what happened here, but that's just some missing data. But it's also nice that we have a pretty even split between SaaS and self-managed. So it's good to keep in mind. NPM is our most popular package manager format with Maven in second. And any guess on what's in third? Python.
NuGet.
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to. I didn't see it, but yeah, Python has pretty firmly taken over third place. Oops, that's broken. We have another metric in here that normally isn't broken, that this is just the number of packages published each month. I'll fix this today. I'll make a note of that. But this continues to, well, actually one thing I'll say is our number of packages published is steadying off a little bit, but the number of packages being installed is growing pretty rapidly. And then we started incorporating our error budget for GitLab.com, and then I update these lessons learned weekly as part of a review of the Grafana dashboard. And so here I'm just adding in a few issues that are scheduled, that are investigation into the error response. Actually, this one Steve was working on yesterday, so I think I could provide another update there. Has to do with the composer caching issue. But then we have a couple of investigations into slow P95 scores and the three slowest package endpoints. So yeah, that's kind of what we review every month with the product leadership. I just wanted to share that. And if there are any questions, feel free to ask. No? Cool. Next up on the list, what we've been hearing from customers. A lot of interest or feedback on the dependency proxy of late. A lot of people have been running into this bug that's actually scheduled for 14.1, which is nice that we have it scheduled, where it's not working with single sign-on, but also a lot of just general interest in adding support for deploy token, and also expand some of the investigation we did last milestone for making it work more generically to pull from any container registry. So it's cool to see a lot of customer interest in that feature. I've been seeing a lot of bugs and questions about deploy token usage with the package registry. We have some known issues where deploy tokens aren't working with subgroups. And there's another issue where if a project was changed permissions levels, that the deploy token may not work. So there's about like 6 popular bugs right now that I just have to reply to community members and let them know what the current issues are, and then we need to schedule the work to fit that in. And another from a specific customer call that we had, they are very interested in migrating away from their existing vendor, and they are concerned about how to migrate and what that will involve. So there's increased interest in an easy way to migrate from one vendor to another. Any questions on that topic? Okay. And then on the go-to-market updates, and I think I've mentioned this in previous meetings here, we're hoping to, we have these tier 1 use cases that get created by product marketing, and then they are distributed through the account management and sales as a way of aligning what user flows, what use cases are covered by a given stage. And Parker and I are starting to work on something like that for package. And as part of that, we've worked with the TAMs and sales to identify stage discovery questions to see if we can understand if a customer is using the product and ask them probing questions to get them to try to adopt the package and container registries. So all of this is part of just creating more visibility and awareness of our features amongst the sales organization and our customers. So slow progress on this front, but we are starting to move it forward. Okay, I'll pause there and for any questions or comments. Any questions or comments not related to anything that was on the agenda or just related to like product strategy or go-to-market questions? Sweet. Okay, that's all for the agenda. I think we can give back some extra time. Dan, you want to cancel or stop the live stream? Bye, everyone.